Namaste from Dhananjaya Kumar. Welcome to this video dedicated to learning from great minds and teaching young children. Because as we all can see, the situation, the environment around the world is probably below our hope and expectation. And we are also aware that the only and the most effective way to change our future is by teaching children, making them aware of themselves and all the subjects related to one another. And we are related to nature and environment and such deeper and thoughtful topics. The topic in this series of Great Minds, Great Quotes is arranged in alphabetical order, and we have reached M for Mother Earth. The first quotation is, a good memory is one trained to forget the trivial. It is short but very meaningful. Clifton Fadiman is thinking of two kinds of memory, two levels, two qualities of memory. One, we can also call good memory, is trying to memorize everything we know, everything we observe. That's a lot of things to remember. And trying to achieve that. Compared to a more selective and effective memory, which also learns to forget, not forget randomly, but forget those things which are trivial, not important, and would not produce good thoughts, good actions, and may even contradict the good things that we have in our memory bank. So, good memory is not memorizing everything, but memorizing, choosing what is important for me and for others, and forgetting what is unimportant, contrary, contradictory to what needs to be memorized, remembered. The next quotation is by Nisarg Dutt Maharaj, and he is linking memory with causality. We already realize by now that mind is memory, or memory is mind. If we don't remember anything, we don't remember or aware of continuity, that one thing happened after another. So memory is what gives us the impression that time is a reality. If no memory, nothing is remembered what happened a minute ago, what is happening now. Therefore, that minute has not passed, and the whole history of time has not passed because we don't remember anything. So, memory in the mind is giving the effect of recognizing continuity. And with continuity, we also develop a sense of causality, that something happened after another, and therefore that leads to this, and therefore this causes this. And if something happens repeatedly, then we say there is a perfect or firm causality. So these are the ideas that Nisargadatta Maharaj is commenting on. Causality is in the mind only. Memory gives the illusion of continuity, and repetitiveness creates the idea of causality. When things repeatedly happen together, we tend to see causal link between them. This is suggesting that we should be aware of randomness. For example, that things may happen randomly and happen one after the other doesn't mean that one is causing the other. It may, but it is not necessary. And repetitiveness, because repetitiveness is not totally excluded from randomness, and because there are so many infinite possibilities of events to happen, and our lifetime or span of observation is so short that we see two things happening one after the other a few times, and we believe there is causality. Although those two things may never happen again, but we are living with a false sense of causality. So causality is a subject to be discussed separately. It's a very powerful concept. But in terms of memory and mind, causality is sometimes misunderstood. So I'll read it again. Causality is in the mind only. Memory gives the illusion of continuity, and repetitiveness creates the idea of causality. When things repeatedly happen together, we tend to see causal link between them. Osho, his quotation, contemporary mind is a contradiction in terms. In other words, mind cannot be contemporary in the present moment. Awareness of the present and your presence in the present. So contemporary mind is a contradiction in terms, because mind is memory, and memory is of the past. So when we say contemporary mind, which is mind which is present today, and memory which occupies the mind. So memory is always of the past. So mind, by the time you say present, the present also has become past. But when you focus, concentrate, and become totally aware of the present moment without memory of the past, or without thinking of past and worrying about future, that attention allows present moment to expand, and your world of the present moment becomes larger and larger. So contemporary mind is a contradiction in terms. Mind is never contemporary. It is always old. Same as logic is always old. Mind is past. Mind means memory. To be contemporary is to be without mind. Lewis Carroll. It is a poor sort of memory that only works backward. It may sound humorous, light-hearted, but there is a serious message in there. That it is a poor sort of memory that only works backward. Why can't we remember the future? Obviously we say the future has not happened. But the future has happened for somebody who is in different cycle or different time zone. Because time is not stable and identical to all observers. This is part of the uh, physics, particle physics, and to say that it is poor sort of memory that only works backward, that there is a way, and many great men and women have demonstrated and proven, that you can have a premonition of future events. In that sense, premonition is a memory of the future. So you see something happening sometime in future to you or to anyone else, and it actually happens. So that is some sort of a inner being in you that has a much broader, vaster, timeless experience and awareness than your individual mind does. It is a poor sort of memory that only works backward. Mikhail Nemi, there is no more or less of love. A lot of people say, I love you very much, as opposed to, I love you. Now, I love you very much and I love you, it's hard to define what is the difference. And then, or you ask someone, do you love me same as before? Which means, do you love me same, or it seems maybe less than before? Now, it is hard to measure what is less love or more love. So, there is no more or less love. The moment you attempt to grade and measure love, it slips away, leaving behind it bitter memories. What is meant by slipping away? That if you attempt to grade and measure love, it slips away. It's because your mind moves away from love by trying to measure and grade. And in the process of grading and measuring love, the moment is past and the moment of love is gone and leaves behind in your memory a bitter feeling. So, Mikhail Nemi is connecting love and memory. When love can leave a bitter memory if you are trying to analyze and grade and compare. So, keep love as love. Do not try to analyze and rate it, grade it. Another one by Mikhail Nemi, time is the universal memory inscribed on the tablets of space. Which means space here, not the sky that we see, bluish sky, but the idea of akashic field. It can be inside an object as well, an empty space where the nature and events happening to that object or individual is stored. So akashic field is not empty of everything. Of course, there is no concrete thing in it, but that absence of concrete thing doesn't mean that akasha has nothing in it. So time is the universal memory inscribed on the tablets of space. This also connects time and space, as does Albert Einstein. Confucius, to be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. In other words, something wrong, something unpleasant, something painful, something unexpected happens, and you start worrying about it, repeating in your mind this happened and telling other people, look, this is what happened to me, at that time in the past, then it stays with you. But to be wronged is nothing, because what you think is being wronged may not be being wronged, maybe just a warning, or something happened to you which you don't like does not mean that something wrong has happened. It is just that your system of like and dislike does not approve of it. So to be wronged is nothing, unless you keep remembering and talking about it. So to be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Another one by Nisargadatta Maharaj: to remember what needs to be remembered is the secret of success. That's a big pronouncement. Secret of success is to remember what needs to be remembered, what you have learned from your experience, and apply and remember. But if things that are going to hinder your progress, things that you have bad memories about it, and you keep thinking and talking about it, so it further strengthens itself and takes space in your mind. So it's better to forget and move on. To remember what needs to be remembered is the secret of success. Thank you for listening and watching. We'll meet again soon.